Greetings from London, my lovelies. I've got no plans tonight except for go to bed early, and before that I am going to do a little sequence for my face. I've got some oil and I also have a couple of cups here, small cup and a big cup, and I'll use them for a couple of things, but not too many, so you can still follow along even if you don't have any cups. So let's start off with a little bit of relax for the shoulders. Circling backwards, circling forward. Keep your lower back without engagement. Sometimes the lower back wants to come in and play, but we don't need that. And then open out to the sides if you have space. In fact, if you have a wall, like I do have a wall here, this is a nice thing to do. Just opening out here. And then on the other side, you can see what I'm doing here, right? Opening the shoulder. Nice. And then we can do a cat-cow against the wall. Just kind of chest forward and then rounding the back, pulling away. Chest forward, fall through, so I'm arching in my back. Rounding away. Nice. Obviously you can do a cat-cow on the floor if you wish. A few circles with the neck. And then turns, looking over one shoulder and then the other. And then pause, lift the chin a bit, lift the tongue towards the roof of the mouth. Relax, come back, same idea. Come back to the middle. Lift the tongue towards the roof of the mouth. Press against the roof. Still breathing. Nice. And then eyes up. And the tongue down. Couple more times. Last time. Nice. Stretch the tongue inside your mouth. You can take the cheeks away so there's a bit more resistance here. Where am I pressing into this wall here? Do 3 circles one way, 3 the other. Hold your hands on your massages here, lift the head, open the mouth ever so slightly. Actually, not ever so slightly, what I mean is slowly. There is still resistance here, and pressing down of the palms towards the neck. Nice. Okay, Lovely, let's apply some oil and start with the neck. And I'm going to apply my knuckles here. That maybe take into a grip. The trapeze. On the other side. You can lift here with the knuckles and then press down a bit more firmly. So lift and press down. Here is more of a scoop, like nice and gentle. And then down with more of a press. Gentle scoop, press down. And then here. Sometimes we do without oil. With oil is gentler. Now I'm going to use my hands here under the jawline, and you can either do this with your hands, nicely sliding down with the thumbs towards the ear. Don't press too hard if it's tender. If you have a cup, you can also do this. Don't press too hard, don't do too many times. We don't want to overstimulate those lymphatic nodes. And then come down. And on the other side again. If no hands, if no cup, you can just do hands. Forgetting that I didn't add oil on the whole face. My face is quite dry, so it's going to absorb the whole thing. So I'm kind of going section by section here. Relaxing the chin down. So we want to relax the chin down, but here the corners we want to lift. So what I'm going to do is a lift. So this down, this up here. And then on the other side. And then we can continue to do the similar technique for this sort of a jowl area. Maybe a little bit of a stretch we add. This other hand is anchored. I don't know if it actually helps enough. And then we do the opposite side. So working this area upwards. I think it's nice actually to have a little bit of a stretch where your other hand gives an anchor. And now we're going to do the central face, kind of similar techniques. We're going to start under the cheekbone. And we're going to do, well, I said similar. We'll get to similar in a minute. We just start to spiral here, releasing muscle attachments. So you kind of tuck a bit under, circling upwards and outwards. So you will feel the bone under your fingers. This can be a bit tender. Nice. And now, same as we did here and here, but working more this area under the cheekbone. And then the other side, this lovely cheek lift. Caterpillar here by the nose. So if you're pulling, you see this stuff here, you're pulling it away, smoothing out this area. Very nice. Now the upper lip area, guys, I'm going to go inside with my hands. Make sure yours are clean or put the gloves on. And I'm going to do this. So not just the lip, the area of the influence of the muscle that creates the wrinkling here starts here. I mean, there's a circular muscle, the orbital muscle, but there's also these guys here, and they all come into the mouth area. So starting further up. And then the lip itself. And then other side. And then also mediolus, this little ball in the corner. Make sure you wash your hands. clean my hands. Noticing already that I look a little better with this. We're going to work forehead, eye. Well, let's work the eye. Yeah, let's work the forehead first actually, because the eyes are a bit trapped between the forehead and the lower face. Says she, and then starts to work on the eyes. Nicely oil, guys. Take well, probably, yeah, middle finger works best actually. I think they would probably say ring finger in the book, but my ring finger has zero pressure. So I'm very lightly sliding on this here, and then here I lift. Very, very light, and then lift. Nicely, just sliding, returning home, and then from here you start from the inner crease, and then you lift. If this feels like the creasing in the forehead that is formed in the process is annoying you, feel free to do one side at a time. And here you can actually press harder, kind of going all the way into the bone here. Just a light one here, just a tap basically, and then here we go up. Light, 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 don't drag it here, you know? It's just to return home to make that movement circular. Nicely open, and then we kind of have this caterpillar theme here today. Opening out, up and out, and here opening on the temples. Nice. Now if you had a cup, you could also do a cup. Making sure not too much wrinkling is happening. So basically repeating what we did before with the finger, yeah? That the cup could be also done with the cup. Very nice little cup with little suction. Sometimes there wouldn't even be too much suction at all, in which case you go blip, blip, blip. Sometimes it's just the curve is so that the cup wouldn't stay on. It's nice to do this. And also here you can do the same. Maybe lighter, making sure that you are actually supporting the skin. Nice. And now let's do the other side. Make sure there is oil, guys. Create some form of support. Choose a finger that works pressure-wise. This will be lighter, this will be stronger. This is probably something in the middle, just in terms of how much control you have in the finger and how much pressure you're able to apply. I've chosen the middle finger. Here, and then you can do the cup if you wish. Sometimes I do this on clients, it does stay on. Here I'm trying to do this kind of arch on myself. It doesn't want to stay. So I'm doing actions. Nice and gentle, guys, yeah? And the forehead itself. You know, I'm a big fan of this. So if you have one, you could create quite some mobility here. You could also create this upward movement, lengthening the muscle that shortens. You can even hold the brow down. It's nice to create this lengthening. I know intuitively you'd want to lift the brow, right? But then if you anchor the brow, the muscle becomes longer. Whether you have a cup or not. Spiral. And then taking hooks. And we release that central line. Starting from the inner crease of the brow. Releasing that central area. And then massaging that hairline. And then taking your knuckles from the temple all the way into the hair growth line and up. This is too low. Starting here. And now final touches. Instead of the taps, we're going to do pinches today. I have to say, I was dog tired, and I still probably do look dog tired, but there is more lift, there is more color, there is generally less of this. Ooh, this is going downhill. 45 years old, bit of a threshold there. Nice, and that's just to drain a bit. We go to bed.